Okay, so now we're going to Transition, which is a puzzle script game by NinaBirb, who's also in the comments today. And I've actually finished this one. I had a good time with it. There's a lot of kind of funky mechanics. So, new game. The first room is called Room. And it's pretty straightforward. You got your block, stick it on the spot, and then you can go to the flag. Door and key. So we got a door over here. Unlock. There we go. Oh, GM Rubik's is saying they've played and beaten this game. Right, so this is where it starts to get interesting, and this is where I'd say it gets into sort of a little bit of recursed territory. One of my favorite puzzle games, as it was in my 12 Thinky games I loved. So you can see that we've come out here, and there's no way of pushing this back down. And similarly, this has got another problem here, like you can't get around this. Undo, there's no way. So I go into the room and it's just a one space and it's pointing me back to the left. And now the room is reset. So the idea is rooms reset when you go back in. There we go. Piece of cake. It's leading you very gently through the initial mechanics, but then later on it goes not allowed. So we've got 3 blocks, and we've got a block. We've got a spot here. So the natural thing to try. Oh, what's happened? Well, you see, the room reset. If you put a block in, well, the room was reset. That's why your blocks disappeared. And when you go back here, this room resets when you come back in. So it's like, what? So the room only resets when you enter, though, as pointed out in the chat. So if you do this, maybe. Ah, there we go. But as soon as you go in, although I don't think you can go in. Can you go in? Oh, yes, you can. And it's reset. All right, let's do that again. Here we go. So, immune. Right, and this is where you've got a green block. So you can push these up here. But that's as far as that goes, and there's no way to push them down. So it's really forcing you. This is the only thing you can do, apart from maybe going to the other room, which just gives you an exclamation mark. Okay, so we'll just push this up. What does green mean? So this is, I'm going to just explain that. Yeah, there you go. Ambiverona says green must be immune to reset. It's a color which was used in both Braid and, of course, recursed to mean things which are immune to resets. Or invariant is the word I always had in my head. I don't know why I used invariant, more of a mathematical term, but there you go. See, the green box is not affected by the reset, so you can now go back in, push that over, push this down. There you go. Then we're into entanglement. So what happens here? So we've got another room. Let's have a look. Got a smiley in it. That's nice. Push this up. And okay, well, let's just reset. What happens? Not so good. Because this is now you're in a position which is screwed. I'd use a much stronger word than that if I could. Beginning with F. So we're going to reset properly. So the question is, well, if you push it all the way up, there's a problem. So maybe just push it up just once. what happens then, because you've got the yellow block will reset on top of the green block. So how does that work? Well, has it been wiped out? Is it there or what? So we can now push the green block over and reset again. There we go. That's the way to get through that one. NinaBirb saying, funny you mentioned Recursed. I have played Recursed, yet the game Recursed never crossed my mind when making this. Fascinating. Everyone is saying they need to play more Recursed. Yeah, I do as well. I finished the original game and got all the extra levels, sorry, all the extra collectibles and things. But I haven't finished all of the, what's the word? The DLC. I got a bit bogged down and I've never gone back. I feel so bad about doing that. So, oh, okay, it's a spot over here. So I think the problem here, if we push the yellow block, you know, that's not going to work, right? Probably going to have to be the green block, yeah. All right, one key. But a green door, so I guess the door won't reset. Oh, picture of a key. So the green door stays unlocked because it doesn't get affected by the reset, but the key is still here. Dilemma. So, a question mark. So NinaBirb saying, I admit this was inspired by Braid. GM Rubix says, I love that our player character is green too. Yeah, that's not going to have any possible implications later on. Not at all. So we can unlock this, push this through, and here's the problem. It relocks. You're like, why? What? So the solution I came up with, didn't take me too long, was to see what happens if I put the block there. Yeah, it just wipes out the door. So now, we've got two keys. I think I misunderstood. I kept on thinking I had to take the block to a spot. There's no spot in that one, y'all. No spot. There was another game this year that used the green effect to mean the same thing, says Joe. I won't say which game though, because spoilers. Oh my god. Another game that I don't know, but spoilers. Okay, there's a picture of a door. So I can use that to unlock that, and I could use that to unlock that, but I think that gives us a problem because then we have no keys. So I think we have to do the block trick again, right? So we push this in here to get rid of the door. NinaBirb says green has become the universal color for immune to mechanics. Yeah. The setup is exactly the same as an earlier cursed level, says GM Rubix. So then we can go through there. That will unlock and that will stay permanent. But we need the key back. So I think I need two keys to get through to the end. I need to do that, I think. There we go. So now we've got all the keys we need for all the doors to the left. So I didn't solve that in like a one whole chunk. I had to think about it in step by step. You know, like try this, try this. Deadly. I'm wondering if this should be the last level I attempt. There's quite a few more levels and some really funky mechanics coming up later to do with the character itself. So I'm probably going to make this the last one I do, and if anybody's interested they can jump in and play them in their own time when I share the link. Yeah, so I think the one thing in this game, of course, you don't get, you get in Recursed, it's not in this game, is that, you know, Recursed had this, like, the putting things inside chests and moving the chests around. We don't have that in this game. Oh, it's blank. There's nothing in this room. It's like the sign painter in World of Goo has died. Okay, so we need to... So if you touch the skull shapes, you die. Do I just push the green one out? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, and then we've got swap. So I will leave it there, and as you can see, there are 2 characters on the screen, and there's no reset here. We can't get off the screen. So I'm going to just leave it there and let you have fun with it if you, in your spare time. There are quite a few more levels, and I didn't get... I think the ones I got genuinely stuck on are later. And when I've been stuck on, it was like about 10 to 15 minutes. I was just staring at the screen like, what? I don't... there's some very tricky mechanics involving the character later on. And I don't even know how I tried to explain that right now. So NinaBirb is still surprised. No idea how this didn't remind me of a Cursed. It was mostly inspired by Braid and how older games reset rooms because of memory. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, we'll leave it there. And let me just give you the link. So there you go. It's Transition by NinaBirb. I think the description is something along the lines of the game helpfully resets rooms when you enter. Oh yeah. Each room, to save up on memory, each room with an R key that activates upon leaving. Very nice. Very helpful. Well, there you go. I will leave Transition there, and thank you very much, NinaBirb. That was fantastic.